Test. The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke is a metaphor. It's an archetype for when you meet someone and you believe you're hitting it off, and you believe you guys are having a good time, and you're having a good cordial conversation. Maybe you get contacts and things like that, and then after that, for whatever reason, let's just say you had plans to meet up after that as well. For whatever reasons, there's either a initial plan just to get you out of their face, like just for you to leave. And this is kind of like it's hidden under a smile, under it's hidden under the false pretense that the person actually enjoys your company. It's just a pleasantry, really. Um, they could be saying like, "Oh man, yeah, it'd be cool to hang out, or it'd be cool to go out and stuff like that." But you really won't know until later. Now you do have some situations where the attraction is just really high, but the killing joke pertains to when guys get their hopes up and they think that they have an opportunity to meet a person, and they think that a person is showing interest in them, but in a pernicious way, a lot of people when they interact with a lot of people when they interact with you, they give you false hope. They don't want to feel bad, so it's almost like they dodge accountability for their own. Um, like they don't want to take responsibility for a situation, so they will simply pass it off, just sweep it under the rug. So then the person is left to kind of squander and figure out, it kind of just destroys your self-esteem because you're you're under the you're you presuppose that the person wants to interact with you, wants to hang out with you, uh, that they enjoy your company, but deep down they hate you, they despise you, or they just really don't like you. Now this isn't told or discussion, and some people can pick up on this better than others, but this is just to help people understand that I guess really, hold on, somebody's having fun. So this is just to help some people understand that you never really the idea around the killing joke is that it's supposed to feel good before it feels awful, right? You're supposed to laugh, almost like you're laughing at a joke, until you realize that you are the joke. Yeah. Um, there's a couple of ways to get out of this, just as a counter, if anyone's interested. So the counter for this, for the killer joke or the killing joke is um, to just not contact the person after the fact and just assume that it was just a pleasantry. Um, I chose Joker for this particular thing because it seems like the modern day is kind of messed up. It's kind of almost like everyone is almost like the Joker psychologically. They're not very they're not very straightforward. There's no transparency anymore. It's this very schizophrenic mindset where you could be talking to a person who's completely cool with you, but then the next second they're your enemy, or maybe they were your enemy all along, right? Joker, the Killing Joke is a movie, has Batman in it and Joker, obviously, but um, Joker's a very interesting character, but he's also very Machiavellian, and I think a character like Joker is definitely, it seems like something that Batman would be a worthy adversary for Batman. Um, because I would say Batman is actually very Machiavellian as well. So maybe it matches wits. So to describe again, the Killing Joke, the setup for the Killing Joke is often when someone appears to like you, when someone appears to have interest in you in some form or manner, um, and the intention behind this liking and stuff like that, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Um, After the fact, the letdown is where your self esteem plummets and your self worth plummets. Um, I don't know why people do this. Why they give false hope. Now, I was so I'll give an example of the Killing Joke. Of course, this is my channel, and I'm not here to try to pretend like I'm perfect or anything. Um, I was I was working at my job, and there was a girl, and I wanted her number, and I asked for a number. And I noticed when I asked for a number, she said, "Oh, I'll be back." Like she's coming back, right? Of course, I knew deep down that she was not coming back, but it weirded me out in a way because I was like, why would you give someone false hope just for a number? Not even like a potential outing, just like a potential contact. Um, it taught me something about the deeper aspects of human nature as it pertains to one side or the other. And there's a lot of things I probably can't say on here, but yeah. So whenever you feel like you're happy and upbeat, and someone makes your day, and you want to have some sort of interaction with them, uh, just know that some people out there, they don't really have your best interest in mind, and they don't even really match their words. Their words are almost like, maybe they're like magic spells, but you can't really go by their words. And some people, they don't even telegraph their what they're feeling. It's just hidden, right? So you're like, oh, this person's fun, but then you don't really see it. Um, the Killing Joke is very simple, and it's also very painful. And I think men often experience the Killing Joke, because oftentimes men go out and they're very needy in a way. The modern man is um, he's very thirsty, but I don't mean to say that in a way to shame a man. I'm just saying men are in constant desire for love and affection, and just some sort of interaction, for intimacy, things like that. But they're kind of starved. They're like starved dogs. So when they go out and they interact with people, because society tells men to interact with uh, with women in order to actually get something. That's kind of like the what is that? It's the at least the still somewhat socially acceptable thing to do is to go up to a woman and talk to her. Somewhat. It's bashed in a lot of ways, but the starved dog finds himself going out and trying to interact. But nowadays, women are kind of jaded, and interacting with them is painful in a lot of ways because they choose so many bad partners. A lot of them you're talking to, they think they don't like your kind. Perhaps, I don't know. Um, they've already had so many negative experiences that they're jaded. So when you speak to them, they're always thinking that you're up to something and that you want to harm them or whatever. But then that gives her the mindset of just fear. There's a fear and there's a resentment for you. And then perhaps there's also, with all that, there comes the need to obfuscate and to do some sort of emotional subterfuge where she figures out how to get out of the interaction in a way that she wants to, but still protects your ego for that particular moment, but then later your ego is destroyed because you don't realize that there is no interest. Now, for people who are extremely lonely, like for incel types and things like that, this is extremely bad because you have an individual who's been alone, who hasn't really been in a relationship and all these things for a very long time. Um, they end up in a situation where they go out and try to put themselves out there, and then guess what? Then their self esteem drops even further than it was. Um, I will say this: I understand intimately where incels are coming from, even though I can't say that I'm completely an incel. It seems that being that is something that most men just go through that stage of involuntary celibacy. Um, this isn't the killing joke, it's just part of it. Um, yeah, but the killing joke.